So hello everyone. So yesterday we finished our lecture with Reynolds number. Today we'll see another number known as fluid number. Now Reynolds number had everything to do with inertial forces versus viscous forces. So Reynolds number was basically had a role when the flow had no waves. But in nature, when you see a stream or a river, it will always have a wave. So keeping in mind this thing, we will today study a new number which is known as the fluid number. So fluid number is the thing that apart from inertial forces, viscous forces, gravity also plays a major role in transfer of fluids. Now what happens is like there are so fluid number, maybe there is a threshold. So fluid number is equal is mean velocity divided by GM. So this is the gravity forces. And this is mean velocity. So I will give you a very easy example. For example, river Ganga. So river Ganga is present in the Himalayan region also, in the Uttarakhand region, and river Ganga is present in the eastern part of India like in Kolkata. So if you see the texture of river Ganga in the Uttarakhand, you will see the river Ganga is the velocity is very high in when you see it in the Uttarakhand region because it is nearer to the source. So in that case, velocity is high, so fluid number will be greater than 1 and the flow will be called rapid. अब इसमें क्या होता है, when in this rapid flow, when you drop in such rapid flow, when you drop a pellet or some kind of disturbance happens, so because the flow velocity is very high, so the waves which will be created, for example this is the river, it is flowing in this direction, and if you throw a pellet or the stone, जो waves create होंगे or the waves which are created like this, they will migrate along in the direction of the river flow. This will happen in the Uttarakhand region because वहाँ flow velocity बहुत ज़्यादा है. But if fluid number is less than 1, in this case the flow is called tranquil. For example, in the eastern part of India, like Kolkata, the river Ganga is not that rapid, so the mean velocity is very low. In this case, when you put for example, this is the direction flow of the river. When you put a disturbance over here, the waves can migrate upstream. The waves can migrate upstream. They will not migrate along with the river. Okay, because mean velocity is very less. So in this case, the flow will migrate upstream and that type of flow is known as the tranquil flow. So a fluid number will study in much more detail when we study ripples and dunes. For example, less than 1 in tranquils you will get ripples, and greater than 1 when the flow is very rapid you will get anti-dunes. So all these things, these are just basics, just remember only this part. When we do further like the structures, when we study sedimentary structures, we'll further deal how fluid number will affect different structures in sedimentary structures. Because when we study sedimentary, वो simply ऐसे beds form तो नहीं होते, different type of structures form होते हैं. वो क्यों form होते हैं? Different type of flow के चलते. तो उन flows को हम ऐसे numbers से measure करते हैं. For example, turbulent flow है या नहीं, वो हम Reynolds number से measure करेंगे. Laminar है कि नहीं, वो भी हम Reynolds number से करेंगे. Rapid है कि नहीं और tranquil flow है या नहीं, वो हम fluid number से calculate करते हैं. These numbers will help us to find out what type of flows existed, okay, and what type of structures are formed by what type of flow, okay. So this was a continuation of yesterday's lecture. So today we'll start another part. So this was all about the properties of the fluids. Now today we'll go to a new topic which is very interesting, which is particle transport by fluid. So अब तक हम fluids की properties we are used to, हम ये पढ़ चुके हैं. We are very much familiar with the properties of fluid. So everything, why we were studying the fluids? Because the fluids were carrying particles, okay, from one place to the another. So वही है कि how does the fluid transfer the particle is what we will study right now. Okay, so there are two basic processes when we study fluid transfer. Is the term which is known as entrainment. Okay, so for example यहाँ पे particles है different size, इनको entrain करना. Entrain means इनको अपनी जगह से उठाना. Okay, when the fluid is able to pick the particle up, that is entrainment. तो सबसे पहला term we'll study is entrainment. Okay, so what is an entrainment? Is entrainment or erosion? Erosion and entrainment. And once the particle is eroded or entrained, so ये जैसे ये particles they come along with the fluid, be it air or water. This will not always remain within the fluid. Okay, so it will try to come back. So here, and so they'll try to come back. So transfer of particles, particle transfer, basically there are two processes. एक तो particle को अपनी जगह से उठाना और दूसरा उसको settle करना. So that is called the settling velocities. Okay, so subsequent settling of the particle on the bed. Okay, so once the particles are lying here, the particles will go up. Okay, and then again they'll try to come back to the bed because the particles go and they again settle. So it includes two processes. One is entrainment or erosion, and subsequently they again have to settle. That is the settling of the particles, subsequent settling of the particles on the bed again. So these two processes involves the whole particle transferred by fluids. Where did I keep my duster? Just a moment. So first we'll study entrainment. Okay. So one thing you see. So what is entrainment? Entrainment refers to the process involved in lifting the particle, okay, from its original position and carrying it to the next destination. That is basically the definition of entrainment. Now, if you apply logic, so if there are different size of particle, so more energy will be required to entrain or pick the larger size particle, and less energy will be required to pick the smaller size particle. So first, when the fluid flows over the particles, first the smaller size particles comes is entrained and followed by the larger size particles. So that therefore entrainment is size dependent. Okay, followed by. So one more thing, like once the particle is lifted, for example the particle is lifted from here, so more energy is required to lift the particle. फिर particle liquid के साथ कितनी भी देर चलेगा उसमें उतना energy नहीं चाहिए. So take it as an example, when you are sleeping, so there is a threshold, you don't like to get up. Once you get up, you do all your work. Okay, so that energy is required for one to get up out of the bed. So similarly over here, more energy is required for the particles to come out of the bed. Once they are in the fluid flow, they don't require much energy to flow, but much energy is required for the particle to get entrained from the bed. Okay. So the next thing about particle entrainment, what we'll study is the particle entrainment depends on two factors. One is the velocity, and second is the shear stress. Okay, so as both of them increase over a sediment, so what happens is sediment bed, a critical point is achieved. So these two factors decide the entrainment. So what happens when as both like shear stress and velocity plays a very important role in entrainment of the particle. So on a bed, as the fluid moves, a critical, because the fluid is constantly moving, okay, constantly moving over this particle, but at a particular nick point or threshold point or a critical point, they are able to entrain that particle. So that particular velocity is known as the critical velocity or the critical threshold. Okay. Okay, this particular velocity is known as the, or point is known as the critical threshold. So critical threshold depends on, is directly proportional to boundary shear stress, particle size, and shape, and I think density. So the critical threshold will always depend on the boundary shear stress. For example, at particular point when the shear stress will increase at that very particular point, maybe जैसे जैसे shear stress बढ़ता जाएगा, a particular size of that sediment will be entrained at particular period of time. So but there also depends, for example जो smaller particle है उसका critical threshold बहुत पहले achieve हो जाता है, जो less dense particle है उसका critical threshold बहुत पहले achieve हो जाता है. So all these things determine critical threshold कब किसका achieve होगा. So different size of the particles will have different critical threshold point. And for example दो particles हैं, एक बड़ा एक छोटा, तो एक particular critical threshold में फॉर एग्जाम्पल क्रिटिकल थ्रेशोल्ड इसको बहुत कम लगेगा और इसको बहुत ज़्यादा लगेगा. ओके, बट दो सेम साइज के पार्टिकल है, तो व्हाट हैपन्स कि इन दोनों को एक पर्टिकुलर थ्रेशोल्ड नहीं, जैसे जैसे थ्रेशोल्ड फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसका क्रिटिकल थ्रेशोल्ड बढ़ गया तो ये एंट्रेन हो जाएगा, दिस विल स्टे बिहाइंड. ओके, सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स डिटरमाइन द क्रिटिकल थ्रेशोल्ड ऑफ द पार्टिकल. सो ये तो हो गया कि एंट्रेनमेंट के लिए व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स. सो देयर आर वेरियस फोर्सेस एक्टिंग. कुछ फोर्सेस हैं जो पार्टिकल्स को एनेबल करते हैं कि वो लिफ्ट हो जाए, कुछ फोर्सेस हैं जो उनको खींच के रखते हैं, दे डोंट अलाउ द पार्टिकल्स टू मूव. सो टू अंडरस्टैंड क्रिटिकल थ्रेशोल्ड वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि क्रिटिकल थ्रेशोल्ड आया क्यों. ऐसा भी हो सकता था ना कि सिंपली द फ्लूइड वुड हैव कम एंड इट वुड हैव टेकन द पार्टिकल, बट क्रिटिकल थ्रेशोल्ड को अच्छे से समझने के लिए वी विल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि व्हाट आर द फोर्सेस दैट डोंट अलाउ द पार्टिकल्स टू फ्लो. सो उसमें सबसे पहले आता है ग्रेविटी. Okay, so first force is the gravity force. Now how does gravity plays an important role? So what happens, gravity plays an important role because of the mass of the particle. So mass of the particles की वजह से वो gravity force उसको बेड से उठने नहीं देते हैं, and also it aids the friction between the particle. वो friction भी gravity की वजह से वो friction between the particle also helps कि वो पार्टिकल एक दूसरे के साथ रहे and it does not get entrained. So gravity force is an important force which helps the particles to stay at their own position. Now what happens is one more thing, this is the gravity plays in normal condition, but if the particles are very small, for example in fine silt and clay, उनमें एक और force एक्ट करता है which opposes the entrainment or critical threshold of particle is the cohesive force. So cohesive force क्यों होता है? Because of internal structures of the particle. So cohesive force are only valid when the size of the particle is very small. Okay, so वो chemical bonds के चलते they are stick to each other and it doesn't allow them to get entrained very easily. So this is critical forces, but only for smaller size particle. Okay. Now this was the opposing force. Okay, this we were studying was the opposing force जो critical threshold पहुंचने नहीं देते. Now we will study the motive force. Now what is the motive force? Motive force is the force which allows movement of particles. Okay, motive force is the force which helps in entrainment and erosion of particles from where they are to where they has to be transferred, where they have to be transported. So उनमें दो forces आते हैं, one is drag and दूसरा है lift force. Okay, so as opposing force is clear. Okay, so drag force and lift force. So first we will study drag force. So जो drag force है, what it does is the drag force acts parallel to the, for example ये surface है, यहाँ पे different size of particles हैं. The drag force is acts parallel to this. वो particles के parallel act करता है. Now drag the term itself क्या suggest करता है? The normal dictionary meaning of drag is something drag करना, किसी चीज को pull करना. Okay, dragging someone. Okay, so वो इसी से आता है कि obviously the dragging of this is known as the drag force. Okay, acts parallel to the bed and is related. Now this drag force is related to how does the drag force is related to the boundary shear. Okay, now what is a boundary shear? If you go through yesterday's lecture, I told you what is a shear force, जो ऊपर के लेयर के वेलोसिटी को कम करने की कोशिश करता है, उसको पुल करता है ताकि वो सारे लेयर साथ में जाए. तो जैसे इसके ऊपर के लेयर को शेयर, यहाँ पे जो शेयर फोर्स जनरेट होता है, ये इसको पुल कर रहा है, ये लेयर इसको पुल कर रहा है, तो इस लेयर का जो शेयर है जो इस पे असर आता है, दैट इज द बाउंड्री शेयर. सो जो ड्रैग फोर्स जो क्रिएट होता है वो बाउंड्री शेयर की वजह से क्रिएट होता है. सो शेयर इज व्हाट? शेयर इज द ड्रैग, द शेयर स्ट्रेस इज क्रिएट्स द बाउंड्री, the shear stress creates the drag force. Is it clear? So drag force depends on, and क्या होता है कि इस shear की वजह से each ये जो सारे grains हैं ये थोड़े थोड़े अपने जगह से drag होते हैं like this. Okay, so this drag force depends on the boundary shear and the drag exerted by the stress on each grain. Okay, so what happens? The shear stress of the upper layer creates creates a boundary shear over the grains, and due to that shear, the grain starts moving. Okay, the grain just like the fluid is moving, इसकी वजह से ये move कर रहा है, उसमें इसकी वजह से ये grains भी एक drag होते रहते हैं, and that's what creates the drag force. And then we'll go to the lift force. लिफ्ट फोर्स जो है वो क्या होता है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस इज द ग्रेन एंड इन लैमिनर फ्लो, ऑलवेज थिंक दैट लिफ्ट फोर्स जब होता है, डोंट थिंक अबाउट टर्बुलेंस फ्लो. व्हेन आई एम डिस्कसिंग, थिंक अबाउट अ लैमिनर फ्लो. जो लैमिनर फ्लो की स्ट्रीम लाइंस है, व्हेन दे फ्लो ओवर अ ग्रेन, वो एक दूसरे से कन्वर्ज हो जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऐसे. Okay, so when the flow will, this is the streamline का flow velocity. So what happens when the streamlines converge over a particular grain? So उस grain के पास का जो flow velocity है, flow velocity will increase. Flow velocity will increase at this particular area. Okay, because जो क्या है, जो streamlines है, these are the streamlines. Go through yesterday's lecture, you will know what is a streamline. So these streamlines converge when a particular grain comes and they converge over it. So the flow velocity increases over that grain. ओके। सो जब फ्लो वेलोसिटी इंक्रीज होता है तो इसके ऊपर और भी लेयर्स हैं जो ऐसे फ्लो कर रहे हैं, तो दीज लेयर्स आर जल्दी जल्दी ट्रांसफर, बिकॉज फ्लो वेलोसिटी इंक्रीज हो गया है तो इसके ऊपर का जो लेयर्स है वो जल्दी पास ट्रांसफर हो जाते हैं। तो एज अ रिजल्ट प्रेशर जो है, जो वाटर प्रेशर है इसके ऊपर एट दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट वाटर प्रेशर जो होता है वो लो हो जाता है। ओके, प्रेशर इज लोअर। ओके, सो इसकी वजह से क्या होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये ग्रेन है, अगेन आई एम ड्रॉइंग, ओके, एंड दीज आर द कन्वर्जन। इस ग्रेन के हर तरफ हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर है। ओके, दिस इज क्वाइट कॉमन, यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड इन योर स्कूल्स दैट एक कोई ग्रेन है उसके हर तरफ हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर होगा। सो अगर ये प्रेशर लो हो गया है एंड ये प्रेशर हाई है, सो ये जो प्रेशर है, हाई प्रेशर, वाटर विल ऑलवेज ट्राई टू गो फ्रॉम हाई प्रेशर टू लो प्रेशर, सो ये जो हाई प्रेशर है ये इसको ऊपर लिफ्ट कर देगा। सो दिस इज नोन एज द बर्नौलीज इफेक्ट। एंड ये जो इफेक्ट है, ये जो लिफ्ट है, एंड दिस इज हाउ द लिफ्ट फोर्स इज जनरेटेड। इज इट क्लियर? Both the drag force is created due to the shear, जो shear in last lecture I have already told you कि how shear is generated, तो वही last layer का shear will have effect on the boundary and वो grains एक दूसरे से drag होते रहेंगे, just like the fluid is dragging, वो grains भी drag होंगे fluids के साथ। drag force clear and lift force also is clear because flow velocity जो है converge हो जाएगा, vectors velocity vectors converge होंगे, तो इसके ऊपर का जो फ्लूइड है वो इधर डिस्प्लेस हो जाएगा, प्रेशर लो हो जाएगा, नीचे का हाई प्रेशर जो है ऊपर के लो उसको लिफ्ट करा देगा, एंड दैट इज द लिफ्ट फोर्स। नाउ एज ओवरऑल वी विल सी अ डायग्राम जो सारे फोर्सेस एक्ट कर रहे हैं एक पर्टिकुलर ग्रेन पे। These are the grains. So drag force कहाँ एक्ट करता है? पैरेलल, राइट, एंड लिफ्ट फोर्स ऊपर, दिस इज ड्रैग, दिस इज लिफ्ट। They all have mathematical denotion, but I am not telling you right now. And this is gravity, okay? And इन दोनों का resultant है ये, okay? This is the I think this is called the fluid force, I think, yeah. This is the resultant force because lift इधर, so always the particles जो lift होंगे और जो आगे जाएंगे, the particles does not move as drag, right? वो ऐसे drag force की वजह से drag होके move नहीं करते because lift force भी काम कर रहा है, so resultantly they always follow a projectile motion, ठीक है? So this is diagram of different forces enacting on a particular grain. So when will a grain move? Of course, a grain will move when the fluid force, that is combination of drag and combination of lift, will be higher than the gravity and the frictional forces. जब frictional forces जो है वो उसको overcome कर लेगा, gravity force को overcome कर लेगा, तभी वो जो grains है they will start moving with the fluid, and that is when the critical threshold is achieved. When you will overcome the gravity and the frictional force, that is when a critical threshold is achieved. Okay, so next we'll study is, now what happens, whatever we study here was a very theoretical thing because वो size, shape and bed roughness को consider हमने नहीं किया. Okay, we just studied कि वो laminar था and particular size को हमने, so all these things led sedimentologists create various experiments. उस एक्सपेरिमेंट से डिफरेंट डायग्राम्स आए, ओके, सो उन डायग्राम्स हमें ये बताता है कौन से वेलोसिटी में कौन से साइज ऑफ पार्टिकल्स जो है वो एंट्रेंड होंगे, Okay, so what particular velocity, critical velocity is required for a particular grain size to get entrained. So these are all experiments were done, and after the experiments, different graphs were achieved. Such graph, one of them is known as the, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, the Joule-Stone diagram. The spelling is Joule. Yeah. Such diagram is a Joule-Stone diagram. So what does Joule-Stone diagram में क्या है? On this they have plotted velocity or you say critical velocity, and here is the size. So size में सबसे पहले you have clay plus silt, then you have fine sand, then you have sand, then you have gravel and pebbles. Whatever. So this is the size chart. Okay. So okay. So from here you see what happens. So he did an experiment and he saw that the critical velocity from here it increases. For example, sand size को critical velocity जैसे जैसे साइज बढ़ता है वैसे वैसे height velocity increases in this direction, वैसे वैसे ज़्यादा velocity चाहिए for entrainment of the particles. But over here what they saw is, I think this part is blank and then here, but they over here, so but what if you see over here, as the size is decreasing, the critical velocity to entrain smaller size particles is increasing. Why is it so? Do you remember previously, like few minutes back I told you that एक और force काम करती है